What's up, guys? Welcome back to the A-Parts channel. Today's video is about the C8 Corvette. I guess it's also about my GT3RS. So, yeah, today was a big day. Today is July 19th, and the C8, I guess the 2020, I should say, 2020 C8 Corvette Stingray was released, or the specs were released. It was unveiled, whatever you want to call it, all that stuff. We know a lot of the true numbers direct from Chevrolet. We know what it really looks like now without camo print all over it. And I was pretty shocked with some of the information, mostly the two things. One, the price, and two, the performance. The 0 to 60 time, I should say. That part of the performance. So in the past, especially when my channel first started, I was doing a lot of spreadsheets for you guys. Comparing, it all started with the 600 LT. I wanted to get a 600 LT, and I said, okay, well, how does it stack up against like the Huracan and the 488, GT3RS, GT2RS? I started throwing other cars onto the list just to see how it all looked, like the Nismo GTR and ZR1, and today is definitely the day to update that spreadsheet, at least with the information that we have. And show it to you, because I think it's really amazing enough for me to come out of my hole that I've been in at work, where I'm not making YouTube videos ever, and get a video up for you guys, because it's super interesting in my opinion. All right, so I'm gonna switch the camera stuff over so that you can see my screen and not just my ugly face. All right, guys, so this is just a little article on motor1.com, which was kind of like going over the release video, I guess it was, of the new Stingray. And I actually watched this on Street Speed 717's YouTube channel. I like his channel. I don't watch every single video, but I watched maybe half of them. And I think he's a good dude. And I think he makes some good content. So, and I like his opinion. So anyway, saw his video. He was kind of watching the whole unveil thing live and then giving a little bit of his reaction, but they did a whole thing where they had like NASA people, and they were kind of comparing the launch of this car to like the landing on the moon, which I think was a little bit of a stretch, but hey, you got to have some theme or whatever, so that was their theme. In any case, they already have it live on Chevrolet.com, so you can just go Chevrolet.com or Chevy.com, either one. It's right there on the front page. They've got, here we go. There's a big video going. I haven't watched this yet. Wow, that concept from 1990 looked cool. Anyway, I'm not going to make you guys watch this whole video. You can do that yourselves. It's easy, right? But what you can do is you can go to Explore Corvette. They're saying that this is going to be early 2020. You'll be able to buy one or take delivery. So that's not that far away, guys. And I think the car's amazing. I really do. I've owned one Corvette. I had a C5 Z06. It was a great car. And I think that how the C5 Z06 affected the sports car market back in the early 2000s is kind of like what this is going to do. This is really going to disrupt a lot of stuff, and I'm going to go into why. But let's look more at the car. I think the interior looks amazing. It reminds me a lot of the Mark IV Supra, where everything is kind of angled towards you as the driver. I really like that. It's a driver-oriented car. They purposely left any sort of what do you call that, like a stem or a spoke off of the steering wheel, so that you could see right here through the steering wheel into the dashboard and see all the information you want to see. And I think is it as sexy looking as a Huracan or a 570S or a 488? No, not even close. I don't think it comes close to being as sexy as any of those, but this is a $60,000 car, not a $200,000 car. And there's a reason why it doesn't look as sexy, is because some of the things that they had to do to keep the price down probably didn't, they just couldn't compete at that level with this price, at this price. So, sorry, with the looks, in the looks department. In the performance, we're already it's definitely performing in the same department for the performance side of stuff. So in any case, I think the interior looks really good, and there's a lot of really good options. There's 3 different seats. There's 12 different exterior colors. I think it's 6 different interior colors. But there's a bunch of mix and matching. I went through it a little bit earlier on the they have a builder already, and I really liked a lot of the stuff I saw. Now, the really big thing that I haven't mentioned yet, and that no one has mentioned on the internet yet a lot of people have mentioned it, but that I didn't see talked about yet myself, is that this is just the Stingray. This is not a Z06. This is not a ZR1. There's nothing crazy. This is the base model. I mean, this is really good for a base model. They're keeping the same pricing that they did on their last generation Stingray, basically around, I think maybe it was a little bit less, but I mean, in the 50s, you configured probably in the 60s, around the same price, but mid-engine and way faster. So very impressive in my opinion. But I mean, everything just stepped up from the old, the C7. Everything has stepped up a lot, and they don't have a carbon fiber monocoque tub, but they have an aluminum tub, and it's easier to get in and out of, and it's a lot cheaper. That's a big part of the cost of the supercars that are $200,000 is that carbon fiber monocoque tub. So I'm just kind of scrolling through these pictures to show you guys. This is just real quick. Here's the motor, LT2, 495 horsepower, 470 foot-pounds torque. It's probably, I'm not trying to make this video really long, so I'm not going to get into all this stuff. You guys can configure your own. You can start reading in the packages and all that stuff, but it starts at I think they said just under 60 grand, and it does 0 to 60 in less than 3 seconds. So let's go to my really boring but informative spreadsheet that I just updated. And here is, I put it as the C8 SR for Stingray, and a price $60,000, 495 horsepower, 470 foot-pounds of torque, as we just mentioned. The weight, to the best of my knowledge, I did a quick Google, couldn't find anything, is undisclosed at this moment, but it does have a 6.2 liter V8. As I mentioned, that they're calling it the LT2. They did say it has an 8-speed dual clutch transmission, so I think this might be the cheapest car you can get with the dual clutch when it comes out, or maybe the Stingray that's out right now has dual clutch as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's not big, not a huge deal, but it's nice to know. Very disappointing that the new Super came out. It's almost the same price as this. It's way slower. It doesn't have a dual clutch transmission, so take note of that. And it's way slower and looks I think this looks better than the Supra by a lot, and they're almost the same price. So the Supra is going to be in trouble, in my opinion, again, other than just selling for the name Supra and the branding and stuff like that. But I'm putting 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds because they said under 3. So 2.9 is under 3, right? And we don't know the top speed yet or any of the quarter mile type figures. But let's start talking about some speculation and comparisons, right? If it is doing 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds and it has around 500 horsepower, I would guess that it's kind of going to weigh in the 3,200 pound range, which is probably similar to like a Porsche GT3RS, like what I have. So because it does have a lot more torque though, so it could weigh a little bit more to do the same performance. It's going to be in that ballpark, right? It's going to probably be more than 3,000 pounds. It's probably going to be less than 3,300 if I had to guess. So it's going to be a lot, definitely on the lighter side. Now, the next thing I really want to talk about here is, should I sell my GT3RS? Because that was as soon as they said $60,000 and 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds, I kind of was like, shoot. I mean, my car still held its value really, really well. I've only had it for 7 months. I got a really good deal on it, so I could probably get right out of that deal, have a bunch of money, cash back in my hand, and move that money around so that theoretically I was thinking, get this car. If I got this car, I wouldn't have to worry about damaging things as much. You know, like how worried I have to be right now about damaging rims. The rims are like $20,000 on my car. I don't have to worry about the brakes. Burning through the brakes as fast because the carbon fiber ceramic brakes on my car are super expensive to replace. I wouldn't have to worry about mileage. Huge, that'd probably be number one. I have 2,000 miles on my car right now, and that's like a lot. like putting 2,000 miles on a GT3RS in 1 year is a lot, and I'm not even through 1 year yet. So, and there's a lot of times where I'm like, oh, I would love to go up to LA or Orange County. I live in San Diego, for anyone that doesn't know, but I'd like to go on this 100-mile or 200-mile round trip type thing. But yeah, I don't know if I should put the miles in the car. I usually do. I usually say F it and just do it anyway. But and some days, it gives me like that guilty feeling of like, oh man, I probably shouldn't maybe I shouldn't put the miles. Or the other thing too is when I do drive, if I was on let's say I'm taking a business call the whole way my way into work and I drove my GT3RS, sometimes I'll get there and I'll finish my phone call and go, oh wow, I wasted those miles. Like, it's like I wasted money. It's a similar feeling when you waste money. It's like, wow, I didn't enjoy the drive and I wasted the money of devaluing the car or the maintenance or whatever you want to call it. I don't know if I'm explaining that perfectly. I hope you guys get the gist of what I'm saying. So with a car like this, you don't worry about that. Putting 40,000 miles on a Corvette is standard. It's no big deal. Putting big miles on them. So and it's a 60,000 car, not a $220,000 car. Huge difference. It'd be just a lot less stressful, I guess you could say. Another thing too is if I bought this car and got rid of my RS, I would have all of that. I put a lot of money down to get such a good monthly payment through Amazon leasing, and I basically would have all that money back in my hand, and I could use that towards something else. Something else that I probably would be thinking about right now would possibly be an R34 GTR. So either doing some hard shopping over in Japan and buying it there and then having it stored there until the 25-year rule is up, or there's some other stuff I can do with Canadian stuff where I would be able to legally own it. I would own it up in Canada basically until I could bring it over, and maybe just bring it over for once in a while for visits. So there's ways to do stuff like that. Most people won't talk about that on the internet because they don't want to get in trouble if they're doing it that way. I'm not doing that right now, so I can't get in trouble, so I don't mind talking about it. If you want to buy an R34 GTR and you want to be able to drive it in the United States, you can feel free to try to message me or something. I might be able to help you, but I don't have one. I just know someone that has one. So this is pretty much it. Should I sell my RS? It's not something I need to decide today or even in the next few weeks. I've been super busy. My work's just been insane. And my kids, 2 little kids, they're keeping me extra busy when I'm not at work. So haven't made as many videos, and I haven't really had as much stuff I want to talk about, to be honest with you. I mean, the Huracan Evo came out, cool, no big deal in my opinion. I don't like Huracans, so this was a big deal to me. I didn't necessarily love my C5 Z06. I loved some of it, and I didn't love some other part. It didn't feel like a very safe car as far as traction goes. It had huge, big wheels and tires, and it should have had plenty of traction. It had a lot of power. It was very modified, but it felt like it didn't hold the road very well, I guess would be a way to say it. So it could have just been mine, but it's a 2002. Things have changed. This car, the C8 is going to be really good. It's just going to, I already know it is. We'll see, but the C7s were already really good, a big improvement over a C6 and C5, and I think this is just going to disrupt the market so big with this much performance. And this is just the base. The Z06 is going to come out. I see my cat back there. The Z06 is going to come out, and it's going to be another step up. They're usually starting at around 80,000. It's going to be supercharged or twin turboed. It'll probably be around 600 horsepower, and then they'll probably have another crazy 01 that maybe they'll be like 900 horsepower this time. So pretty exciting stuff, and probably a good place to cut the video off. So I'll stop my rambles, right? But comment below, guys, if you've been with my channel for a while. First of all, sorry for not making enough videos lately. Hopefully you don't care that much, but let me know what you think. Should I sell the RS? Should I keep I mean, I love it, but I don't love it that much. It's just a car at the end of the day. Should I sell the RS while I'm ahead with it? Should I get my reservations in for the C8? Should I do both cars? I don't know. Also, I'm still getting an Evo, guys. I haven't got an Evo. My Z4M Coupe is still for sale, and I'm still getting an Evo 100%. All of this stuff doesn't matter. I will still get an Evo in addition to whatever else happens with my other car stuff. So anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and I look forward to hearing Especially you trolls out there, you guys. Oh, you guys really inspire me. The guys that are just, your video was so bad that I had to bash my head against the wall all day long. Like, please keep up. If you guys think it's that I'm gonna get offended or whatever, please keep writing those messages. It's what keeps me going every day. They're great. Anyway, signing off. Have a great day, and maybe I'll make another video soon. Maybe I won't.